Hi there, and welcome to your 2023 Chaparral 30 RLS. We're just going to start off in the back corner of the bumper here. You take this cap out. That's where you're going to find your sewer hose. Just take note of those two ears there. Those are going to be the two ears that you hook up to your sewer outlet. We just keep that in the back bumper here to keep some stench out of the unit. We'll make our way down to the first spot in the unit here. This is where you are going to find your fresh water drain. Bring the camera on this way. Right behind that tire, you see that little blue valve. Take that cap off. That'll drain your fresh water tank. If you're leaving the unit and you don't want the water to go stale. Up here is your range vent. So the customer did put this in here to prevent any mice from getting in, I assume. But there is a flap up there. You just want to open that flap up whenever you get to your campsite. Whenever you're traveling, just make sure it's closed. That way it doesn't let any dust inside the unit. Right inside here, the customer has taped this up, but this is where you're going to find your hot water. Hot water access area. There's going to be a 1 16" drain bolt inside here. That's supposed to be how you drain your hot water tank for either the season, or if you're not going to be using it for a few weeks, you don't want the water to go stagnant. Before you ever fire this up, there is a pressure relief valve. You are just going to want to hit that pressure relief valve, make sure that shot of water comes out. That way you know there's water in the tank. You're not going to run the risk of burning anything out, firing it empty. Right next to that is your furnace exhaust. You are going to want to make sure that this isn't blocked in any sort of way whenever you're running the furnace, because it does blow hot air. Right below here is your main sewer outlet. Take this cap, give it a twist. Those two ears are the same two ears that you found on your sewer hose. They line up with those notches. And you give it that turn to lock it into place. You got your tanks here. You got liquid waste and body waste. You are going to want to empty your body waste first and then empty your liquid waste. Your body waste is going to be your toilet, so your dirtiest water. You don't want to empty that, and then you can empty it with your liquid waste after. That's being filled from your sink, so it's going to be the cleanest water. Right here, you do have your exterior shower. You have your black tank flush. The way that works is, let's say you empty your tanks, you know for a fact they're empty, but your monitor panel is showing 1/3 or 2/3 full. It's likely just debris hanging between the probes. So you'll just hook up your garden hose up to this, turn it on while your sewer hose is connected and your body waste valve is open, and it's just going to flush that tank out. Also helps with getting rid of some smell. If you're at a site with service, this is a city water connection. You can just hook a water hose up to here. It'll pressurize your lines. There's no need to run your hot water tank. Inside this compartment, which we do not have the key for, is a little command center for your water system. You'll find that in here. On each side, right in the front here, you do have propane tanks. The way those works is just like home. You take those valves, you turn them, opens the flow to the unit, opens the flow of propane to the unit, and you do have propane now inside the unit. At the front here, you do have this nice little docking light. The batteries were hooked up. This light would come on. Pop this open, and inside this black box is where you would find your battery. Right here is your solar controller. There's not a whole lot you have to worry about here. It's pretty much just going to tell you the status of what your battery is and what your solar panels are doing. You do have two exterior speakers right at the front here. Inside here is just that other propane tank I told you about. That's on the other side. Just more storage in the front here, as well as a 110 outlet plug. And at the back of the unit, you do have your ladder to get up to your roof. You are pre-wired for an observation camera. And then you just have your license plate as well as a 2-inch hitch receiver. Just keeping in mind that this is just hooked up to the bumper, so it can't handle a whole lot of weight. A bike rack is pretty much all you're going to want to put on that, or a small trailer of some sort, maybe a small boat. To get inside the unit, you do have this nice assist handle. You're just going to push that up, fold it 90 degrees, it locks into place. Grab your door, open it up. You do have these nice stairs. The way those work is you just take this yellow handle, turn it, fold it out. They are going to start making their way out. Just taking note of these pins here. You can adjust the feet of these stairs for your campsite needs, either higher or lower. So take up a step on inside the unit. Right on your left, you do have your fire extinguisher. That's going to be just like home. On the wall here is your main control panel, as well as a little light right here. All your slide outs kind of work the same. You're just going to hit that button. They're going to start making their way out. When they're fully extended, you will hear the whines of the motor and then the clicking. As soon as you hear that clicking, just let off the button. That's when you're fully extended. You do have 3 slide outs in here, a main slide, a bed slide, and then your kitchen slide. You are just going to want to always operate them one at a time. You hear the clicking, you stop. You do have two tank heaters. You have waste tank and your fresh tank heater. Those are for kind of extended camping seasons. Now, that being said, it's not going to hold up to temperatures after minus like 10 even. Stuff's going to start freezing. So just like, you know, it starts dipping down to the zeros. You can use these tank heaters. They'll kind of try and keep things warm. It's just a pad on the bottom of the tanks. This is your monitor system. So you have your battery. So it's going to currently show full because we're plugged in, so it'll be charging voltage. And then it would go 11.7 and 11.2 and then low. And then you have your fresh, which is a third, 2/3, and full. Same idea for your black and your gray 1 and your gray 2. You do not have a black 2 in this unit, just the gray 2 and the gray 1 and the black 1. You have your water pump switch on the far left here. And then you have your 2 water heater switches. One is going to fire with propane. One's going to fire it on electric. Whenever you fire it up on propane, the sequence is going to try lighting itself 3 times. If on the 3rd try it doesn't light, this DSI fault light will come on. And that's when you have to go to your hot water heater access panel that I showed you earlier. There'll be a reset button inside there. Just hit that button, come back in here and turn it back on. And it'll try and relight itself. You do have an exterior light button, so that's just going to turn on some exterior lights on this unit. And then you have your entryway lights and your awning lights, which is just a LED strip underneath the awning. The way that awning works is you're going to hit that button, you're going to hit it up for extend. It's going to start making its way out. When it's fully extended, you're going to see the back of the metal tube and the little black flap hang down. Sometimes that black flap does get stuck, so you'll just have to retract it in and then back out, and it should fold out. So there's that flap I told you about. There's the back of the metal tube. Now, if we're ever to start raining, you can take either arm, front or rear, pull it down, and it's going to change the pitch of the awning head, allowing water to then run off. Now, if you do like this pitch better, you can do the same thing with the front arm, and it'll allow for more shade underneath here. Just always making sure you pull this arm back up straight, so that way you don't run the risk of bending anything when you bring it in. Bringing it in is pretty simple. You hit that retract button. Just make sure it's folding the right way in. That way you're not trapping any water or moisture inside there, accelerating the growth of mold and mildew. You're going to know that awning's fully in when the motor cuts out. Now, once you come inside here, hanging on the wall, you will notice this remote. This is just to operate the max air fan above the kitchen, which is pretty simple. You hit that button. You hit the power button, it's automatically going to open up and turn itself on. And then you have fan up, fan down. You can close the lid. You can change the way the fan is spinning. So you can either have it so it's sucking air in or blowing air out. And then if you hit the button off again, it's going to automatically close itself and turn the fan off. And there you go. Now, right in this nice area here, you do have a few light switches to just turn on some accent lights. And then you have your programmer, your thermostat. This unit is only equipped with one AC, but it is pre-wired for a second AC if you were to want it. So you're going to hit that power button once, and it's going to turn on the fan. Now at this point, that's just running the fan. At any point, if you hit the fan button, it's going to change the fan speed. So you got fan 1, fan 2, and fan 3. You hit this button up or down. It doesn't do anything. So you hit that and you can hit mode and you're going to go into dry. So now that's just kind of like, it's going to turn the air conditioner on and off and try and suck moisture out of the air. You go into auto and it's going to automatically decide what it wants to do based on your temperature. So whether that's turn on the furnace or turn on the air conditioner. Then you get cool. So now you're running the air conditioner at this point. And then you get deheat. Now that's obviously going to turn on the furnace. And then again, you just go back into fan, dry, auto. And then just to turn it off, you just hit that power button. Now that being said, because you do have a propane furnace and a propane stove and oven, we do have this LP detector here. Propane's heavier than air. It's going to sit on the ground. That guy's going to detect it. If that guy starts going off, you are just going to want to turn off the main supply of propane to this unit, open up all the windows, try and air it out in here. Above here, you just got some storage. Down below is your breaker panel / fuse panel. Whenever a breaker pops, it's going to sit in the middle, so you just got to turn it off and then back on to reset it. And whenever a fuse pops, there will be a little red light indicating which fuse is popped, so you can go and get that replaced. Inside here, just a pantry. You get a nice travel latch at the top. You got your ever-chill fridge. Right here, just turns on some lights in the little kitchen area. The way this stove works is pretty simple. Fold this glass top up, just being careful because it is glass, so it can break. You will turn the knobs, whatever knobs you want to light, onto high. Hit it with the sparker. It'll light right on up. To get the oven lit, you just turn this dial over to the little light option. You hold it in with the little flame, and you're going to hit the sparker. Now, sometimes this can take about up to 5 minutes to clear all the air out of the lines if you haven't used this oven in a while. And there'll be a little light that lights underneath there. And then as soon as that pilot light lights, you can turn it up to your desired temperature. Kitchen area, you do have hot and cold water at the sink, as well as some storage underneath the sink, just being mindful of your water lines. You get into the entertainment area. You got your stereo, which is just like home, with the exception of having zone 1 and zone 2. Zone 2 is always going to be your exterior speakers, and zone 1 is your interior speakers. You got a TV, and right underneath there, you do have a little slot where you can put a DVD player or a game station or whatever, and you do have a plug under there. Right below that, you do have your furnace. On your far right is your power button. That's going to turn this on. The button to the left of that is going to change your flame color. You do have a few flame colors to choose from. Next to that, you can change your rock color. And then you get into your actual heat options. So you can go from low and high. And then you do have a timer. It goes from 30 minutes to, I believe, 9 hours. You do have this bed here, or this couch. It does fold into a bed. You just got to grab the foot of the bed. Oops. Grab the foot of the couch, pull it up, and it does have these legs that fold out, and at that point you lay it down on the ground, but there are some things here and I don't want to crush them. You got two lazy boys here. You got a light switch on the wall, as well as some storage space above. All the blinds in the unit kind of work the same. You're gonna take it. You're gonna take it, pull it. It'll sit where you want to leave it, and then if you want to retract it up, you just pull it once. Retracts itself up. You got your little dinette. You do have a light above that as well. I'll take a step up, and you do come into your bathroom. You got your light switch on your left. You do have a nice fan right above the toilet. That works pretty simply. You open up the cap. You got this little button here. It turns the fan on. Always making sure you close that. You got your shower, sink, of course, medicine cabinet. Now this is your main GFI plug. You got test on the left, reset on the right. If you ever have an outlet that doesn't work, this would be the first place I'd check. Just hit that reset button, make sure it hasn't been tripped. Open up this door. Got your light switch on the left. You do have your carbon monoxide alarm on the wall here. Right above your head, there's TV backer for if you want to put a TV in the bedroom right here. And you do have cable satellite inlet as well as the plug for right there. Just got more storage on the left of the bed. The bed does have plugs, plug-in and USB on each side of the bed. Now, access to your hot water tank for winterization, I believe, is in the pantry here. Yep, you just pull these four screws out. This panel will pop out of place, and that's where you get access to your hot water heater. That's about it for this unit here. If you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call.